Sorry, as I mentioned before on my Instagram, I am outdoors. So we are at the mercy of nature and my children having fun in the playground. So, what came through in the collective reading at this time and what your soul needs to know in order to move forward? We got soul and love. And we are recalibrating. Have you been paying attention to the lessons and what life has shown you? We are meant to move from soul level, from heart. So much of the way in which we have been living life, and not all of us to be fair, but if this hits and this resonates, then it's for you. Logic is so important, right? We live in a society that has really pushed masculine energy to the forefront. And remember, when it comes to astrology, when it comes to dynamics and energies like masculine and feminine, it's not that one is superior to the other, but we've been so just out of balance. Logic alone will yield different results, and they're not always soulfully aligned. Sometimes, as it turns out, leading a life where just logic dominates will yield a life that feels empty, void of meaning. Yeah, you're going through the motions. Yeah, you're waking up and you're going to the job. Yeah, you're showing up in the relationship in terms of superficial title. But when the lights go out and you're left to sit in your own feelings, in your own energy, in your own thoughts, oftentimes what's been coming up for a lot of people is just how misaligned that looks. And that can be heart-wrenching and just gut-wrenching to go through, to wake up and realize that the life that you've been building and creating is out of resonance on a soul level. So what do you do with that, right? Well, first, you sit with that and learning to make peace with the fact that what you once thought was for you may no longer resonate. That takes time. You're making peace with the fact that as a human, your choices will change. How you feel about someone or something will evolve as you do. That's not easy to contend with. It takes time for you to sit with that so that you can be in a place to process, well, what next? What's next and what you're being guided to do is to make decisions and to connect with your soul, to drop down from the logic and the heaviness of the mind into your heart, to check in on that frequency and see, where am I at with this? Is this in alignment with my higher self? Is this in alignment with the version of myself and the version of my life that I wish to see come forth? And if the answer is yes, that's beautiful. But if the answer is no, well, we've got some work to do. But for now, if what you're doing is just checking in, let that be enough. But just understand that in order for your life to recalibrate, for the right love and the right partners to make their way to you, the right opportunities, the right collaborations, the soul-aligned connections, that means we have to at some point stop entertaining the opposite of that. And again, not easy to sit with and certainly not easy to work through and to make those changes. But ultimately, and I leave you with this, nothing changes until something changes. And that change, it starts with you. And remembering that every choice that you make is either keeping you where you're at, evolving you further, or keeping you further and further away from the life you truly, soulfully are in alignment with. And I hope that this resonates. I hope that this helps. And as always, make sure to check out my website if you are looking for a deep dive into your own journey, more specific clarity. This is a collective read. So keep what resonates and leave what doesn't, baby. And I'll talk to you soon. All the best. Bye.